Hello everybody and welcome back to the Justice Channels. Happy New Year, and I hope everyone is very well, or as well as can be expected. And I'm so pleased that our beautiful community is growing more and more every single day. Thank you, and thank you for watching my videos because it helps me to carry on making them. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I have dropped a new YouTube video, which is pretty regularly. But now I've been going through a lot of the comments and I understand how everyone feels. I just want you all to know that. I don't want anyone to think that they're not heard, that I haven't seen your messages. I read all of the comments, every single one of them. I can't always respond to them, but I do read them all. And I think it's a general consensus that the majority of people who have disabilities feel very ignored and very ill-treated by the Department of Work and Pensions in particular. And in this video, I'm going to first of all play a video, and this video features not just myself but a DWP Job Centre Universal Credit team leader and how I was treated at work as a disabled employee. And I'm going to show you how I try to assert myself and my rights as a disabled person, and then I'm going to show you how that was framed by DWP's legal team in particular to satisfy certain things for the tribunal. So this is going to be a big learning curve for people. I know you all love my letters. I know you all love Justice Writer Pro, and thank you so much guys for using it. It is going to help you be more assertive and challenge massive wrongs in the system. And just remember, if you ever feel that the system does not have your back, remember that the Justice Journals definitely does, and Justice Writer Pro is a tool that I created for people like you, for people like me who don't have deep pockets, that can't pay thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds out for solicitors when you want to have your wrongs or the things that are done to you that are wrong are corrected. Because let's not forget, the Department of Work and Pensions, they are literally going to spunk all of the taxpayers' money on legal fees because they don't have to pay for it, the taxpayer is. So hopefully this is going to help you out. So let's get into the video first of all, then I'm going to switch into it.
Help needed. I've blocked your diary for you. You're welcome to bring your TU up to this meeting.
Oh right, sorry. Well,
Okay.
There's a bit of confusion because you've reported me to HR apparently for not attending this meeting. So how's that? I've got a letter from HR saying you reported me to them for not attending a reasonable adjustments meeting. I had 3 in 2 days with Paul in December. So I don't understand why I need to have another meeting firstly on reasonable adjustments when I've already attended 3. I just need him to put in place what was requested and what, you know, but apart from that, I'm not attending any meetings without a TU rep. So, and because I have received a letter from HR saying you've actually reported me for not attending this meeting, so I don't get that because that letter was dated the 1st of Feb. Today is only the 3rd of Feb. So that's all a bit odd, isn't it?
Okay, this is the rebooked meeting. We had booked one before earlier in January. And Paul sent you a message on the 21st.
Yeah, but whilst you're all sending me messages, you're ignoring what I'm saying. So the first thing is I'm not going to have a meeting without a TU rep. And secondly, I've already put in writing, you know, the things I require for reasonable adjustments. And I simply need to know whether they've been put in place or not. And I've actually had 3 meetings in November, December time with Paul. So, you know, anyway, Jenny, I don't mean to be rude, and I'm not being rude, but I'm not having a meeting without a TU rep. Sorry.
No, and that's fine. I understand.
Okay.
Will you get back to me when you have a TU rep available?
Yeah,
I've
only found out. I found out today that I've got a TU rep, so I will message him and say, but I've got a lot of meetings to go to, so there's only so many hours in the day. But yeah, apparently you will want to have meetings with me after a year and a bit of working at home, so that's interesting as well. Anyway, but again, why have you reported me to HR then? When, you know, I have never not, you know, it's just all a bit odd, isn't it?
Alison, if you had a letter from HR, I'm sure that letter will have advised you what is or isn't appropriate to discuss.
But you've reported me to HR for a meeting that you say I haven't attended, and here we are in this meeting,
which you're not willing or able to participate in at this point. So I will
because I don't have a TU rep. Because I don't have a TU rep here in the meeting.
And I understand that, so I will rebook it.
Right. Can you inform HR of that then, please, as well?
That wouldn't be an appropriate step to take at this point.
But you reported me to HR, so why can't you update them that I've said I will attend a meeting with a TU rep? However, I don't see the point when I've already attended 3. But if you want me to attend a 4th, I will, but I will do so with a TU rep. So seeing as you are reporting things to HR, can you also please report this?
I will take all necessary steps, Alison. I can reassure you of that.
Thank you. Okay, so as painful as it is to watch back, I'm sharing this with you because everyone can learn something from the horrible experience that I endured whilst I was working at the Department of Work and Pensions. I have to say, for other people who might be thinking whatever you're thinking, because of the treatment I endured whilst I was working at the Department of Work and Pensions, there was a time when I was actually suicidal. I had become very depressed. I was very stressed. I was very anxious because of, as you can see, how everything I said was being ignored, and I was just basically being reframed, or being framed, if you want to, you know, that's what I think. First of all, number one, always make sure you have the best support you can have. Counsellor, therapist, everything else. Number 2, record the hell out of everything you can, because at the end of the day it is going to be my word against their word. Data does not lie, and this is why I'm such a absolutely obsessed with Justice Writer Pro. Justice Writer Pro is a tool that I created that helped me so much in my case because nobody else would help me. And I find this is a common thread with people who are disabled, people who have got vulnerabilities and disabilities. No one wants to help you. Like, no one wants to help you when you're down. No one wants to help you when you need the help. I will, Justice Writer Pro will, and the Justice Journals will. So number 1, look after your health, like I said. Number 2, record what you can for evidence. And number 3, make sure you are documenting every single thing that happens, because what happens typically, and some of you who are a little bit long on the tooth like me will know, is people that lie, people that deliberately falsify information, those are the type of people that do it all of the time in every facet of their life, and they eventually slip up because they cannot remember what they've said. They just hope and pray and gaslight and do all sorts of other things. So let's start picking out some of the errors here, and I'm going to show you how I have used them legally and how I've even contradicted what I would consider to be inconsistencies with the tribunal's judgment. I will say that's an appeal, so I can't say really too much about that. So number 1, always stay compliant. And compliancy in these sorts of situations is twofold. Number 1, in your attitude and your behaviour. that person was deliberately provoking me, hoping that I would lose my rag, that I would get irritated, that I would get angry, so that she could turn around and go, oh, see what I mean? Behaving inappropriately, da 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 da. And I've seen this happen a lot in the job centre, where people are really being pushed to their limits. And I think as humans, we need to have compassion for other people, even if someone is kind of getting it wrong. If someone is vulnerable and they're in a certain situation, we should have compassion. But in this example, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'd gone to work, I was disabled, I had a job, I declared I was disabled, I asked for reasonable adjustments, and I was actually just having the yarns spun against me all of the time. I think for context, it's important to know that that particular team leader I had raised a grievance about a year previous, and that grievance was upheld by the Department of Work and Pensions, and they stated that they found that she had treated me unfairly, she was overloading me with work, she wasn't checking my workload, and she wasn't following the Department of Work and Pensions policies when it came to disabilities in the workplace. I kid you not. Number one, I did not refuse to attend meetings. And as we can see, quite often she was saying certain things. She was trying to reframe it and I wasn't budging. Stick always to the facts. Don't get emotional. And I know it's very, very hard. It is very hard. So don't raise your voice. Don't get argumentative. Stick to the facts. And this is going to help some of you guys and girls at the job centre. Now, I explicitly agreed to attend with a TU rep, so I'm showing again that I was being compliant. And I'm pointing out the very obvious and informative fact that I had already attended 3 reasonable adjustment meetings a couple of months prior, well, about a month prior, and I just wanted an update on that. And again, this person was making out, and we've all been through this. I think a lot of us have been through this with disabilities, so that they're trying to help you. They're saying, oh, we're trying to help you. But actually what they're doing is gaslighting you, which is what she was trying to do to me. She was making out that she was there in a meeting to help me. But someone had slipped up with the emails, I think it's fair to say, because she'd also reported me to HR for not attending that very meeting that you just saw us in. I don't know who got it wrong, but somebody got it wrong, because I got the emails and dates on emails and letters. Wow, data doesn't lie. So that's the next thing. Now, when we listen to that recording, she clearly acknowledges this is the rebooked meeting. And I understand that you want a TU rep. That's a trade union rep, and that is your right as a disabled employee to have someone with you in any type of a meeting, such as this one, or a trade union rep. Now, why this matters procedurally, and this is why I'm always telling everybody about documenting everything. And as I said, if you haven't yet done it, make sure you're doing it yourself or use my tool, Justice Writer Pro. It will document things for you, because when you're involved in these sorts of situations, one of the things the Department of Work and Pensions does very, very well is they try to wrap people up in so many different paper trails and pieces of paper that your head wobbles and you just don't know where you are. And trust me, their legal team, they love to do that. And legal processes in particular are very long. So being very clear and understanding where you are in certain processes and what information you have and what's relevant and what's not relevant can become really blurry, like you're swimming in a soup. Again, Justice Writer Pro makes that really, really easy. But the key point here is that by me simply saying the things that I have said, it contradicts not only what she had reported me to HR for, which was not attending a meeting that I couldn't attend because it hadn't happened, it also shows how compliant I am trying to be with every single thing that I know as an employee I was meant to have done.